Welcome to HueFin News, where we are giving you guys news according to the charts, where it is our purpose to eliminate the confusion when it comes to analyzing charts. This is what we do here on this channel. So guys, please stay tuned and also subscribe to this channel if you would like to get a better understanding of cryptocurrencies, because we come here on a daily basis to give you guys a daily cryptocurrency market analysis. And you guys can see at the bottom right of the screen, today is October the 18th, 2017. And overall today, the cryptocurrency market tried to scare a lot of people out of the market. And we're going to talk about that as we get into each of the individual major cryptocurrencies. But before we get started, I got to give you guys my disclaimer. We are not investment advisors, and we are not giving you guys investment advice, but rather we are giving you the interpretation of the charts. Because if you guys haven't noticed, the chart speaks to us all through a language. And once you understand the language of the markets, then you will become more proficient. You also will be more profitable because you will know the entry points as well as the exit points in the market. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and look at this website, and you guys can see that the market cap for the cryptocurrency arena stands now at $168.1 billion, and yesterday the overall market cap stood at 169.4. so that is a loss of $1.3 billion. But once you look at the down day that we had today in the cryptocurrency market, just to lose $1.3 billion is not that bad. So obviously the market participants were in the market on today buying up these cryptocurrencies that so many people were tricked into selling their cryptocurrencies. You guys can see that Bitcoin ended the day down 0.08%, Ethereum as well almost down 1%, and Ripple still down 4%, Bitcoin Cash down 10.58%, Litecoin ended the day positive up 2%, and Dash is down 1%, Neo down 7.13%, BitConnect almost 1%, Monero down 1.79%, IOTA down 3.57%, and Ethereum Classic down 3.42%. So majority of the cryptocurrencies today has definitely ended the day lower. But as we look at these price bars, we will see a change in tone in the cryptocurrency market, meaning that the market did move lower, but now the momentum look like it's going to change and shift for the cryptocurrency market. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that right now. So you guys can look at Bitcoin right now. They are down 0.63. Last trade was at $5,561.40. So we was talking about Bitcoin yesterday, and I mentioned in the video yesterday that if Bitcoin cannot break through $5,600, then expect it to move lower. And our original support area for Bitcoin was at $5,400, and originally I said if Bitcoin cannot maintain or stay above $5,400, then expect it to move towards $5,000. Well, the market came and shot all the way down to a low of $5,114, pretty close to $5,000, but not exactly. But it still came down to around our area that we initially said on yesterday. But I want you to pay attention to where the bar closed at. The bar closed all the way up here towards the top high of this bar. That is what we are mentioning about a change of tone. Obviously, with this high volume that appeared today for Bitcoin, the market participants has changed their tone from moving the market lower to staying actually higher. Now that don't mean that Bitcoin is going to bust out and get to 6,000, but it means at least Bitcoin is going to continue to trade sideways between $5,400 and the high that occurred on the 13th of October, which was 5,920. That is a definite thing that we can expect to see for Bitcoin, for the fact that the market came right back to the high of today's bar. And it's just not like it's a very small price spread. This is a very wide price spread, which tells us that the market participants are still interested in the prices at this area. So we're expecting Bitcoin to continue to trade sideways, and I already gave you that sideways action, pricing action between 5,400 all the way up to the high from October the 13th. So we're really expecting them to trade sideways, and if we get an up bar tomorrow, then definitely Bitcoin is going to be making higher highs. Okay, so that is our analysis for them to trade sideways to higher. So now we're going to go ahead and check out Ethereum. So Ethereum is down 0.82%. Last trade was at $313.30. Looking at the daily chart for Ethereum, same thing, just like Bitcoin. The spread for today's bar is definitely wide. The volume is heavier than what it was yesterday, but not excessively heavier than the last 3 trading days. But the market still closed towards the high of the bar. So we're looking for Ethereum to trade between $300 and possibly to the low from the 16th of October, which was $330. But we're definitely expecting Ethereum to break through $320 again, for the fact that we had this wide spread and the market still closed towards the high of the bar. That is telling us, or giving us, a precursor of strength for Ethereum. So we're expecting them to move sideways to higher as well. So now onward to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is down 9.07%. Last trade was at $337. And today should not have came as no surprise for you, for the fact that we knew that stockpile came in on today's bar. And that is just a continuation of what occurred today. The sellers in the market still came in for Bitcoin Cash. But I want you guys to pay attention to the volume compared to what it was yesterday. So if the market was overly in a selling mode, then you would expect the volume to be a lot higher than what it was on yesterday. Plus, you would expect to see the bar close at the lower end of the low of the bar. So the market closed in the middle. So today is like a consumption day, to where the market participants came in and tried to consume all of the selling that occurred on yesterday. So we're still expecting Bitcoin Cash to trade sideways to higher from where it currently is, and that sideways would be from $320, possibly back up to $400 if the market is truly strong on tomorrow. If not, then it might just come to the open and close from yesterday and today. So now we're going to talk about Ripple. So Ripple is down 5.35%. Last trade was at 21,580. Looking at the daily chart for Ripple. So the market came down to where we initially said 20 cents on our video yesterday. And the market was still able to come and close in the middle of the bar. And you can tell over the last 3 trading days that the market was moving lower. Ripple volume was becoming lesser and lesser. Okay, so that is one of the indications for us to say that Ripple will trade sideways to maybe a little higher. But we're looking for them to at least trade sideways. And that will be between 21 cents all the way up to 23 cents. That's the area that we're expecting Ripple to be trading in, but definitely it should not go lower than 20 cents again, due to the fact that the volume for Ripple is drying up and the spread of these bars are getting shorter and shorter. Now we're going to talk about Litecoin. Litecoin ended the day up 1.06%. Last trade was at $59.87. So Litecoin actually ended the day higher, which is a pretty good sign for precursors of strength. We said that if the market was overly weak, to expect it to come right back into the ascending triangle, and it did just that. It actually almost touched the support of this ascending triangle. That tells us that the market for Litecoin is giving us definite precursors of strength for it to close higher than the close of yesterday, and for the market to shoot lower to close higher tells us that the market participants are definitely interested in higher prices. So we're expecting Litecoin to trade sideways to possibly higher, and that higher area would be around $64. The low that we would expect Litecoin to be trading would be around the highs from the 27th and 28th of September, which was around $57. So we're looking around $57 to $64 for Litecoin to be trading. Okay, so that is our analysis, but definitely overall we're looking for them to continue to move higher. So next is going to be Dash. So Dash is down 1.66%. Last trade was $295.02. So guys, you can always go back and check out our videos that we do the previous day, because we also mentioned that if the buyers could not maintain the price at this area, that the market would definitely move down to 280, and it came all the way down to $277.50. So it came and touched this support line that we've drawn, and the market still came and closed towards the high of today's bar. But I want you to pay attention to the volume today compared to what it was yesterday. See, the volume is almost exactly the same. So we know that the market participants are within this area buying up the cryptocurrency. And that tells us that we would expect that we would expect Dash to move higher from where it is currently trading. So we would say if it does move lower, that $290 might be the area that it will touch, but we're definitely looking for Dash to move higher, and that could be around 310 to even maybe 320, depending on if the market is stronger, $320, but if it's not that strong, then 310. But we're expecting them to move sideways to higher. So now we're going to go to Neo. So Neo is down 6.98%. Last trade was at $29.43. So Neo looked like it wants to trade sideways. The stockpile that came in on the market, we knew that it wasn't going to break through $32 on yesterday's video. So the market came and shot down. We was expecting it to at least come down to $28, but it almost did it, but it necessarily did not touch it today. The market buyers came in and was allowed to close the bar in the middle, and we're expecting them to continue to trade sideways, and we're still looking at $28 as the area that Neo can touch, and definitely possible back up to around $32 or the high from yesterday for Neo. But overall, we're still expecting them to trade sideways. That's the market will move higher for Neo if the buying that occurred today, if they can continue to carry that on into the next trading day. If the buyers cannot maintain all of the selling that occurred on yesterday and today, then the market will move back down to $28. If the market is overly weak and the market is not able to maintain $28, then definitely Neo can come back down to the lows from the 15th and the 16th of October. But that would definitely have to be higher volume, and we did not get higher volume compared to what it was yesterday and today. So we're expecting them to at least possibly touch $28 again, and maybe come back up to around $32 tomorrow. So that's our sideways pricing action for NEO. So now we're going to talk about Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic is down 3.67%. Last trade was at $11.36. And we told you yesterday that the market for Ethereum Classic would not move higher until the stockpile has been bought up by the market participants. So we just had a continuation today for Ethereum Classic. We said that $11 could be the area to where NEO could touch. Matter of fact, it went all the way down to $10.61. But needless to say, the market still moved in the direction that we predicted. You guys can see that the market closed towards the high of the bar. The volume has been increasing as Ethereum Classic has been moving lower. So maybe Ethereum Classic is not necessarily done with lower prices. So we're still eyeing $11 for Ethereum Classic to come and touch, but we're expecting them to at least move sideways. So that could be the low that occurred from the 26th of September, which was $10.77, that Ethereum Classic can come back and touch. So that would be the low for Ethereum Classic to move, but the high would be definitely around the high that occurred on the 17th of October, which was $12.47 that Ethereum Classic can trade. But we would like to see lighter volume as the market moves lower, because it tells us that the sellers are being consumed out of the market, but we're not getting that right now. So that's why we'll say that Ethereum Classic will be trading sideways. And then the last one for today is going to be Monero. So Monero is down 1.32%. Last trade was $89.01. So you guys can see a lot of these bars today has given us either a consumption bar or a trial run bar. So the market for some of these cryptos will move higher tomorrow. And for others, if the sellers are still present at the price area that we see the trial runs, then the market will move lower. But if the buyers have been successful in buying up all of the selling, then the trial run bars will turn into a not guilty, and the prices for the trial run bars will move higher. So we have a trial run bar for Monero right here. The market did come all the way down to $85 as we predicted. Actually came to a low of $85.80, but the market came and closed in the middle of the bar on lighter volume than what it was yesterday. So it's not that much selling in the market, but there's still sellers present at this price area. So you would expect Monero to trade sideways at least to the low of this bar, to around $85, but we will have to wait on tomorrow to get a confirmation on if the buyers are still, or were they successful in buying up all of the selling that occurred today. If the market closed higher, then they were successful. If the market closes lower than today's bar, then they were not successful, and you would expect the market to continue to trade sideways to lower. But given the light volume and the small spread, it looks like the buyers were trying to maintain selling at this price area to move higher. So our analysis for Monero will be for them to trade sideways to higher. So that's all we got for today. Appreciate the new subscribers. For those of you who just want to get a small understanding of what the language of the markets is, please go and check out our video calls, just some of the basics. We give you a couple of terminologies that the market participants use on a daily basis in the market, so you can kind of understand the lingo, understand their tone, understand their emotions of the market as to what direction the market will go. And don't allow no one to come and tell you that you cannot predict prices in the markets, because it's very possible, it's very probable, and you can be on point in your analysis as to where these prices will go, because we have been very efficient in that manner, and we will continue to be, because we are the interpreters of these price bars and volume. So you guys can see, just watch the markets on tomorrow. We did tell you that some of these cryptocurrencies has given us trial runs. Some of them has given us consumption bars, which are definite precursors of strength. So you would expect some of these cryptocurrencies to move higher. And we just had to wait on tomorrow for the trial run bars to see what actually occurs. But nevertheless, the market gave us a change in tone today, meaning that the market did try to move lower, but during the trading day on today, the market participants came and started buying up these cryptocurrencies. So you would expect some of these cryptos to move higher. Okay, so that's all we got for today. Appreciate the new subscribers. Guys, continue to subscribe, like these videos, continue to watch them to increase your confidence in the market so you can learn this language as well. Sooner or later, we will be having courses that we will be providing to give you guys access to the whole language, so you guys can also be interpreters. Whenever you go into this market, you need to understand their culture and their way of thinking, and that's what we provide here at HueFin News. Okay, so you guys run a shorter time. Like I always say, my previous videos, use the timestamps to your benefit. Questions and comments, appreciate the good comments that we've been seeing on this channel. Those are always welcome. If you guys got any other questions, just go ahead and list them there as well, and we'll try to get to them as soon as possible. That's all we got for today. Guys, stay profitable, and I'll talk to you guys later.